In this lecture, we will going to talk about three criteria that are being used in design thinking. So when we are talking about the design thinking, we talk about the three criteria that are being used in the design thinking. When we are talking about these three criteria, these are also known as the three lenses of a design thinking. The first criteria that is being used in the design thinking is the desirability. So desirability means that what the people desire. So you have to start from here. So when we are talking about the design thinking process start by looking at the needs, dreams and behavior of the people. That means we are talking about the end user. The team listened with the empathy to understand what people want, not what the organization think they want or need. The team then think about the solution to satisfy the needs from their end user point of view. Second criteria that we are talking about is the feasibility of the solution. That means we are talking about here with respect to the technological possible solution. Once the team has identified one or more solution, they determine whether the organization can implement these proper solution or not. That means the in theory, if we talk about any solution is feasible if the organization has infinite resources and time to develop the solution. However, when we are talking with respect to the current team working on the project, or we are talking with respect to the future resources, then we have to analyze that the team has to evaluate if the solution is worth for pursuing or not. The team may iterate on the solution to make it more feasible, or they have to plan to increase its resources. Maybe it can be respect to that they may hire more people, or they require the specialized machines to develop that product. But what we have to think about that at the beginning of a design thinking process, teams should not invest too much money on the technology. If the team begin with the technical constraint, they might restrict the innovation because the cost factor will come into the main role. So we have to see the three criterias, and the third criteria which we are talking about is the viability of the solution. That means we are talking with respect to the generate the profit. That means we are talking with respect to the company that can the company profit from the solution. A desirable, that is the first criteria. Then the technical feasible product, that is the second criteria, is not enough. The organization as a whole has to look up into the third and most important criteria is the viability of the product. The organization must be able to generate revenue and the profit from the solution. The viability lenses is essentially not only for the commercial organization but also for the non-profit organization. Okay, that means when we are talking with respect to the companies, so the companies begin with the feasibility and the viability and then try to find out problem to fit the solution. That means they first go in the finding the what is the feasibility of the solution, what is the viability of the solution, and then they think about the desirability. But when we are talking about the design thinking is the reverse process. Team try to begin with the desirability of the user and then bringing the other two lenses, that is the feasibility and viability, later into the product. Because if you are not acquiring the desirability of the people, that means we are talking about the user, then the product which you are designing will not have that innovations. So you have to focus on these three criterias whenever we are talking about the design thinking process. In the next lecture, we will going to discuss about that when you should use the design thinking.